This is a donut. It is very sweet and very good.
David Lynch, known for his bizarre, dreamlike, surreal world, loves to depict women in trouble. His female characters, mysterious, luminous, radiating beauty, vulnerability, and danger, often possess immaterial quality. Also, they are victims of emotional and physical abuse from men. That got me thinking, is Lynch's depiction of women actually misogynistic? Or did he see women as innocent beings who just happen to live in a world steeped in misogyny and inevitably suffer because of it? In this video today, I want to talk about what this misogyny in film really looks like, Lynch's dark femininity archetype, female rage in film, whether portraying a misogynistic world makes a filmmaker misogynist, and why I think that Lynch is actually a feminist. So let's dive in. The main criticism of David Lynch being a misogynist comes from his portrayal of violence towards women that would be often brutal and uncomfortable to watch. Lynch is known for being interested in dark feminine and femme fatale archetypes, often presenting them as a woman in trouble. As his daughter Jennifer Lynch puts it, women not in trouble didn't interest him. There was no mystery about them. The first time Lynch really explored the trope was on Blue Velvet. In Blue Velvet, the main character, Jeffrey, comes back to his small town and finds a human ear in the field, which leads him to Dorothy Valance, a cabaret singer played by Isabella Rossellini, who is involved with a violent criminal, Frank Booth. Frank is one of Lynch's most evil, disturbing characters, and he abuses Dorothy. Released in the 1980s, the movie caused massive backlash for its disturbing scenes. Critics called it exploitative and accused Lynch of humiliating his female lead and being misogynist. I think one thing to clarify here is that just because somebody shows misogynistic behavior in the movie doesn't make this director misogynistic. In fact, Lynch explores so much more through his female characters except violence. It's also about emotional abuse and self-destruction, and it's all done through the female characters. In this movie, while at heart, we also see a woman who is coerced into asking male character for sex, only him to refuse her, making her simultaneously guilty, ashamed, and traumatized for desiring something she actually never wanted. An epitome of self-destruction and abuse is Laura Palmer. In Twin Peaks, she is just a figure whom we get to know through the eyes of other characters after her death, and as it slowly becomes clear that she suffered and was abused a great deal by men in her life, including her father. Men saw her as an object and wanted to possess her, but never saw her as human with emotions and needs. I think, therefore, through showing women who is suffering, Lynch is exploring the themes that deeply interest him, the dark side of a human existence and our subconsciousness.
It's consciousness. And there's an ocean of pure, vibrant consciousness inside each one of us.
As it was really known fact that Lynch was a big fan of transcendental meditation and has practiced it for 40 years. In fact, he even said it was one of his main ways for his artistic expression and discoveries. Therefore, his movies are to be experienced as a meditation session. In meditation, you're encouraged to just simply let go and see as your thoughts come and go without getting involved with it. That's similar to the Lynch's movie. We are to be experiencing them and simply see it as a subconscious flow of thoughts. Therefore, I think Lynch and women, through her suffering, shares a secret knowledge about the paradoxes of selfhood, transcending the confines of it in the process. The female rage has been often misrepresented by male directors with showing it as over-the-top meltdown or hysteria, or just for comic release, followed up by sexualized and objectified fight for the male gaze. While the anger is reserved for the male characters, as they would never be made fun of or as when they are angry and often presented as a dangerous and dead state. The only anger form allowed for women is sadness or tears. How the film director depicts the female rage can alone be an identifier how misogynistic they are, and Lynch does it so well already in the 90s. His female characters are shown in their raw state, they fight, shout, kill, and scream at the world around. That was Lynch allows women to be in his works. They are not quiet and happy. They let their anger become self-destructive as they live under the stream of constant objectification and misogyny directed to them. Laura Palmer is a whole case study of that. She's a homecoming queen, beloved small-town sweetheart, but the whole town watched her suffer and decay and just stood by. Even her mom. Laura was never her own to own. Everyone wanted a piece of her. At her funeral, Bobby Briggs came to the closest to spelling it out.
You want to know who killed Laura? You did! We all did.
No wonder why her character ends up screaming off the top of her lungs in rage as she finally feels free from the all suffering and all the weight that she has to carry, so that others around her do not feel uncomfortable, while everyone would get a piece of dreamlike, perfect American dream girl. All in all, I believe Lynch somehow gets it, gets the whole experience of being a woman and how scary it can be at times. And yes, I acknowledge all the criticism that comes to Lynch's earlier works, like overly sexualized Audrey Horne character, or the lack of agency that some of his female characters have, like Dorothy in Blue Velvet or Laura Palmer, even though in Laura's case, the lack of agency is entire plot point. But ultimately for me, what matters is that eerie, unsettling feeling that he manages so well to convey in his films. And that to me is like he understands how terrifying at times it can to be a woman, because while it is scary out there when you walk outside alone and somebody follows you or harasses you on the street, this experience can be as eerie, if not more, than any Lynch's film.
Isn't it too dreamy?
Twin Peaks' co-creator and writer Mark Frost said that the writers are like canaries in the coal. They see the darkness coming, and Lynch liked to explore the themes of darkness and light in his movies. He often liked to look at the unknown dark layered under the picture perfect. Therefore, he took the theme of the perfect picture American life in the suburbs and in the 50s in his movies, as this is the era and the time when he also grew up himself. In one of the interviews, he said, "My childhood was elegant homes, tree-lined streets, the milkman, building backyard forts, drawing in airplanes, blue skies, picket fences, green grass, cherry trees. Middle America as it's supposed to be. But on a cherry tree, there is a speech oozing out, some black, some yellow, and millions of red ants crawling all over it. I discovered that if one looks a little closer at this beautiful world, there are always red ants underneath." The scene where Dorothy comes looking for Geoffrey and appears out of nowhere in the night naked was actually taken from a real-life experience of David Lynch. When he was young, he was coming back home. He and his friend saw a woman naked that ran away from domestic abuse incident. Lynch often said that he can relate to his female characters better. Therefore, I think he explores these themes of darkness through them. In both cases of Laura Palmer or Diane from Mulholland Drive, we first see this picture-perfect, beautiful side of them. Even in Mulholland Drive, it actually is a dream. But we know that there is something unsettling, there's some darkness underneath it that crawls in like the red ants under the perfect white fenced lawn.
I know that you don't have to suffer to show suffering. You don't have to die to show a death scene. The actor doesn't have to remember dying before. It's, you can know things and you can understand things. And this ocean of consciousness is understanding.
And to know truly there is in darkness, then one can find light. The Lynch's movies are exploration of good and evil in the world. And he said that he sees women as good. Therefore, they suffer as evil finds them. Just like in real life, it doesn't matter where the evil comes from and who it is. It just simply is, and we are there to confront it. And the women in Lynch's movies are confronting the evil, and this multi-layered exploration of female leads in his movies is what makes Lynch so feminist for me. As unfortunately, yet still, we have a lot of one-dimensional female characters in film, as if it was early Hollywood era. This video would probably be disliked by Lynch himself, as he was notoriously known for not liking to discuss or comment on his movies. He believed that the movie in itself is the whole commentary and everything what the director has to say. But on this channel, I do like talk about movies and directors. And in fact, if you really like this video, please don't forget to leave a comment, because I'm thinking to make it the whole series with a different representation of the female leads by them, like Almodovar Girl or the Sad Girl of Sofia Coppola. And if you want to see more of my videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe for your algorithm, and see you next time and have a nice day. Bye.
If you want to see the greatest performance of 2006, check out Laura Dern's performance in Inland Empire.